And good afternoon. We welcome you to the Save Mart Center, as this is one of two final home games for the Dogs. They take on Boise State here today. You've got the Broncos fighting for their NCAA tournament lives and still fighting for possibly winning the Mountain West title, and Fresno State trying to get as high as they can be. Hi, everyone. I'm Matt Norville. That's Coach Mark Q. Jones alongside. I'm filling in for Paul Leffler today. Thanks for joining us here on a Saturday afternoon. Coach, no doubt about it, first time these two teams met, Boise State ran away with it. Bulldogs got a tough test here today.
They do, but they got some good news coming, and so hopefully they can meet the energy. They're supposed to have 7,000 or 8,000 kids here today, so it's going to be good home court advantage for the Dogs.
Yeah, they're filing in as we speak. A lot of them spin at the concession stand. I was just up there, and I saw a lot of them coming in. We're going to pause here for the singing of the national anthem, then we'll get you set for the game coming up here today. Bulldogs, they've lost 10 in a row. Boise State playing good basketball, came off an impressive victory over Utah State the other night, and they are playing some really good hoops, Coach.
They are, and you know they got some health going for them, and it's March, as we said.
And we now pause for the singing of the national anthem.
At this time, we invite you to stand as we honor a forever Bulldog, Walt Reinhardt. Walt was a two-sport athlete for the Dogs, competing in both football and baseball. After his playing career was done, his connection to Fresno State didn't stop. Walt was a volunteer with the Bulldog Foundation for over 50 years. He was a two-time Bulldog Foundation president and was awarded the Bulldog Foundation's Lifetime Achievement Award. Walt also served as the Endowment Committee chairman for 40 years, creating a safety net that allowed Fresno State athletics to compete at the Division I level. Please join us in a moment of silence for Walt Reinhardt. Thank you. Fans, please remain standing and turn your attention to the court for the singing of the national anthem, performed today by McKenna Knowlton.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Beautifully done, as usual, here at the Save Mart Center. Boise State in town, taking on Fresno State. First time these two teams met. Boise State won back on February 1st, 82-60. It is now 1 month later as March has officially begun. Time now for the starting lineups for the Broncos, brought to you by Axis Hotel Group, your locally owned hotel expert with 5 hotels a few short miles of the Fresno State campus and the official hotel partner of Fresno State Athletics. Boise State, coached by Leon Rice, in his 15th season. They will start at one guard. We talked about him in our pregame. Alvaro Cardenas, the 6'1" senior from Spain. He's averaging 12 points a game and almost 7 assists a game. And they will then go with 4 forwards. Pearson Carmichael, he's the freshman of the week in the Mountain West. And this week, he's the 6'7" freshman from Bend, Oregon. He's averaging 6 points, shoots 39% from 3. The other forward is Emmanuel Ugbo, the 6'8" sophomore from the Netherlands. He's averaging 3 points a game and shoots 48% from the floor. Andrew Meadow is the 6'7" sophomore from Santa Clarita, California, averaging 12 points and 35% from 3. And their main player, Tyson Degenhart, is a 6'8" senior from Spokane, Washington, averages 18.6 boards. He is the two-time first-team All-Mountain West player, preseason player of the year, and he's been a two-time player of the week this season, and he is 72 points shy of being Boise State's all-time scoring leader. Time now for the home team, the Fresno State Bulldogs. Their starting lineups. They are brought to you by California Business Machines with over 70 years of game-changing service. They are coached by Vance Wahlberg, who is in his first season. It was an outstanding coach at Clovis West High School. Also was a great coach at Fresno City College, the JUCO. Associate coach is John Welch in his first season. Ray Bearfield and Jaron Harris, along with Chris Stahowski and Tori Stamps, all of them in their first season. And for their starting lineup, you will have at one guard Brian Amunique, the 6'5" freshman from LA. He's averaging 7 points a game and shoots 42% from threes, coming off a game in which he scored in double figures. He also scored in double figures last time these two teams met. You will have Elijah Price, the 6'9" redshirt freshman from Long Beach, California. He's the transfer from Drake. He's averaging 10 points and shoots 40% from the floor, also 8 rebounds as well. You see AC on your screen. That's Alex Crawford, the 6'8" junior from Chula Vista, California, the transfer in from San Diego City College, averaging 12 points and 4 rebounds a game. Morsek is the center, the 7'1" junior from Senegal, the transfer from Hawaii, averaging 3 points and 3 rebounds. And you just saw on your screen as Zayon Collins, the 6'1" sophomore from Vegas. He's averaging a dozen, shoots 35% from 3, and almost 5 assists a game. Bulldogs in the white uniforms with the red numbers and the black outline. Boise State, they are in the blue uniforms with the white numbers and the orange outline. We do have a statement from Fresno State on Zayon Collins, and their statement is Zayon Collins is available today as his eligibility matter has been resolved. And since it's resolved, he is in the starting lineup here today. And Fresno State looking for a big game here today from all of them. So now, as you heard in our pregame, they have 8 players available, unlike against Air Force, they had only 7.
Well, and that just puts you right where you normally would be. If you got 8, it's better than 7.
Exactly. It's time now for the Toyota tip-off. Toyota, let's go places. Officials Mike Reed, Larry Escarotto, and Ian Caldwell. Those are your officials for you today. In the first half, Fresno State will move to our right, Boise State to our left. I'm Matt Norville filling in for Paul Leffler here today. Coach Mark Hugh Jones alongside. We thank you for joining us in what is going to be a very fun game here today. Fresno State in the home whites. Expect to have one of the better crowds on hand here at the Save Mart Center. Price will jump for the Dogs, and we are underway as Fresno State pulls it down. Here is Collins into the front court, man-to-man to start for Boise State. Collins on the right side on top to Price, who's guarded by Degenhart. Price, one dribble, gives it to Sek. They'll give it right back to Price on the left wing. Price, one-on-one, gets into the paint, kicks it out. Amunique off the bounce, takes it to the basket, goes up, and he is fouled, and he will be at the line for 2 free throws as he got the freshman Carmichael to have his hand in the cookie jar.
Well, let me just tell you, Amunique, I think there's very few people who can guard him in this conference if he faces you up and decides he wants to make a move. I like starting off with him. I like seeing the Dogs start off with that action.
Amunique will be at the foul line for Fresno State. He is the freshman. He shoots 66% from the line coming in. First free throw is good. Dogs up 1-0 to begin. Mentioned what Amunique's done. He had 38 minutes and had 18 points and 6 boards in the loss to Air Force in their most recent game last week. That was last Saturday in Colorado Springs. Makes them both. He's got 2. 2-0 start for the Dogs. 25 seconds in here in the opening half. Here is Cardenas. He is good. Preseason All-Mountain West selection is Cardenas. Dog show zone, and you're going to see a lot of that here today. 3-pointer from Pearson. Baseline, good. Knocked down. Actually, that is Meadow in the corner, the 6'7" sophomore.
You're looking at what that zone is doing. The shot's going to be in the corner. The Dogs got to get out there at a quicker pace to contest.
Yeah, Meadow is the sophomore from Santa Clarita, averages a dozen, shoots 35% from 3 coming in. 3-2 start for Boise State. Approaching a minute gone here in the opening half. Here's Collins at the top, guarded by Ugbo. Collins, isolation, gives him the hezzy, kicks it out. Amunique, three-pointer, left wing, line drive, no. Sek battling for it inside, ripped away by Degenhart.
Well, you like the shot by the youngster. He's got to play aggressive, and they got to get some second shot opportunities.
Here is Degenhart, preseason player of the year. He's as good as they come. He's got it in the paint. Good hands, and they're going to call a foul, and Degenhart's going to be at the line for 2.
And you know, when you get into the middle like that, it's a little give and go action. He penetrates that paint. We talked about it in the earlier. Whether through penetration or a pass, that hurts that zone.
That foul called on Sek. That's his first personal and first team foul. They said he was in the act of shooting. Now the official's going to talk about it a little bit. But I think they're going to say he is in the act of shooting. They're checking the basketball. That's what Degenhart said to the official. Now they're having Collins check the ball to see if maybe there's not enough air in it. Tell you who likes the basketball, Meadow. He made his first shot.
no doubt about it.
So they're going to wipe off some sweat. They're still checking the basketball. 18:41 to play here in the opening half. It's a 3-2 lead for Boise State. They might change out the ball. And, yeah, that's exactly what they're going to go talk to head coach Leon Rice, who, by the way, is in his 15th season. With their win the other night over Utah State, Boise State now has had 12 20-win seasons under head coach Leon Rice and 4 in a row. That's how good he's been for the Broncos.
Yeah, he's found a home. The university's giving him time to develop and grow it. And, you know, you can see the results with consistency. You know, just the philosophy, everybody you know what you're recruiting, you know everything that's happening there. The Dogs are going to try to get their program to that level and even beyond.
All right, after the momentary pause to see if the basketball's okay.
Well, the bomb on the ball.
Yeah, there you go.
It's hard to, I didn't know the ball was sick.
No, I did not. I did not. So, yeah, the ball has now got to be changed out. So here's Degenhart at the line for 2 free throws. He's an 80% free throw shooter coming in. He's taken 184 of them this year, and he's knocked down the first one, averaging 18 a game, 6 rebounds a game, and we mentioned in our pregame 72 points shy of being the all-time leading scorer at Boise State.
Big-time player. You know, he comes out of Spokane. Wasn't good enough to go to Gonzaga.
And he's found a home. Second free throw no good, rebounded by Price. Dogs down 4-2. 18:35 to play here in the opening half. Collins across the timeline with the dribble, guarded by Cardenas. Collins, bounce pass over to Amunique on the right wing. Sek wants to set a screen. They'll go to Collins' left side. Collins off the bounce, takes to the basket, kept his footwork. Out to AC. AC one-on-one with the shot clock under 10. They give it to Collins. He'll take the deep 3. Right ring. That is around the rim. No good. Rebounded by Cardenas. Touched every part of the rim. Cardenas up ahead to Meadow. Meadow layup inside. No. Rebound tip to Collins.
Well, we got some speed tonight, some transition.
Collins across the timeline. Kicks it up top to Price. Price lowers his shoulder. Goes up in traffic. Missed it. Rebounded by Cardenas. Dogs are 0 of 3 from the floor to start. 4-2 lead Boise State. Cardenas off the bounce. Gives it to Meadow on that right side and working against the zone of the Dogs. They look inside to Ugbo. Price using active hands. They'll deflect it out. Degenhart works it around, faking the 3. Carmichael inside. Good help defense by AC and a turnover on the Broncos.
Well, you got to have that help when those guys penetrate or they'll come in and dunk it on you. Good job by Alex.
A first turnover against Boise State. Collins with the dribble right wing. Dribble handoff to Amunique. Dogs down 4-2, 17-15 to play in the opening half. Crawford, fall-away jumper in the paint. That's no good. Yeah. Rebounded Carmichael. Dogs 0 for 4 to start. Boise State 1 of 2 to start. Bounce pass to Degenhart. They'll trap him on the baseline. That's an aggressive trap. Cardenas, extra pass. Meadow, open 3, left wing. That's an air ball. Degenhart follow. No. Rebound Sek.
Wow. It's so intense and so fast, guys can't get their touch right, and the ball's just rolling off the rim.
Bulldogs haven't scored in 2.5. Collins kicks it opposite to Price. You'll have a couple of substitutions both ways on the next dead ball. Price working on Degenhart. Price gets to the foul line. Look at the hands. Cardenas just rips it away, and a foul called on Price as Cardenas just took it away from Price. First personal on Price. That'll be the second team foul on the Dogs.
Now, what you can't have happen is Price getting in foul trouble. Because he does the intangibles. He's a Swift Army knife. His dad came over and dapped us up before the game. He's fired up. This is the kind of intensity that that I think the Dogs can respond to, but you're going to need Price to really help you win it.
They take Price out with that foul. Pierre Geneste is in for the first time, along with Jasir Trimble, who gave them 44 minutes in the game against Air Force the other night. That's more underrated, let me tell you. Inside they go. Layup no. Fouled by AC as Stanley got inside position. They're bringing him off the bench. He's a preseason All-Mountain West selection. He was second-team All-Mountain West last season.
And I don't know what happened. He just comes out of St. John's and just a hard worker, but something hasn't clicked for him this season. But I think that if Boise's going to make a run anywhere, Stanley's going to be a part of that equation.
He's a 66% free throw shooter. This Boise State Broncos team, they're second in the Mountain West in free throw shooting at 77%. They're top 30 in the country. Free throw, no good. Dogs down 4-2, 16:24 to play here in the opening half. I'm Matt Norville, Coach Mark Q. Jones alongside. We're at the Save Mart Center in beautiful Fresno, California. Bulldogs will have one more home game remaining against Wyoming on Tuesday. Next free throw is up, and it's made. 5-2 lead Boise State. Collins with the dribble across the timeline. There is Trimble. And they'll get it back to Collins. So you got the two-guard lineup now with Collins and Trimble.
So like you talked about earlier, speed. Can you get him with speed?
So Collins is being guarded by R.J. Keene. Trimble's guarded by R.J. King. They'll swing it to the top to Geneste. They give it back to Trimble. Two-man game. Trimble crosses over, pull up. That shot is blocked, and it's grabbed inside, pulled down by Meadow. Under 16 to play here in the opening half. 5-2 lead Boise State. Degenhardt on the right baseline with the dribble. Boise State has not made a field goal in almost 3.5 minutes. Good hands by Trimble. Ball loose. Degenhardt got it to Cardenas. Cardenas no-look pass. They'll kick it opposite. Meadow open three. Right wing. That's no good. Good rebound inside by Geneste. And he'll get it to Trimble.
Yeah, Crawford's in there fighting. Got a tip to his buddy.
Here is Brian Amunique. Open three. Top of the key. Good look. Buries it. Amunique's got all 5 for the Dogs.
Well, he can score. He might not know all the defenses yet, Matt, but one thing he does know is where that rim's located.
We saw his first career start, you and I, down at Long Beach way back in November. 5 up, 15-10 to play here in the opening half. Against the zone, Meadows got it. They'll dribble it middle. Good hands from Trimble. They'll get it to Cardenas as Cardenas barks out to Boise State. Here's Keene. Bounce pass inside. Good hands. Collins got it. Up ahead to Trimble. Got one-on-one if you want it. Trimble dribbles it middle, and good transition defense from Boise State.
You've got to love that. Active hands by Collins.
Collins ISO now against Cardenas if he wants it. Plays with it, in and out dribble. Gets into the paint, works it around, nowhere to go. Out to Trimble. Trimble, isolation. Goes right by his man. Goes up high off the glass. What a move by Trimble.
I told you, he's going to have a big scoring day. And I think you can mask your size differences with this odd fronts in your zone.
And you got Keene guarding him, which Trimble will be able to get by him.
All day.
Here's Keene with the basketball. Dogs up 7-5. Inside they go to Meadow. Meadow powers it up, no good. Rebound loose, and it's grabbed by Degenhardt. Out to Cardenas. Cardenas to Degenhardt. Open three, left baseline. Good from the preseason player of the year. He's got 4.
Yeah, you know that was the issue there as soon as he got a wide open look.
He's 1 of 2 from the floor. Knocked down his first triple of the game. Dogs down 8-7. 14 minutes to play here in the first half. It's been a long time without a stoppage of play. AC's got it. Here's Crawford with the dribble. Right wing to Collins. Shot clock's now at 10 as they clear out the right side. Amunique can go one-on-one against Meadow. Step back, tough three. Amunique, oh! Starting to feel it.
Oh, I think he came in feeling it.
Amunique's got 8. Couple of triples. That's a tough step back 3. You said he's got some G, Coach.
Oh, he's got some game big time.
10-8 lead Dogs, 13.5 to play here in the opening half. They'll kick it out, open 3, Keene, right back at you. And Boise State 3 of 5 from distance, and it's 11-10 Broncos.
Well, they're able to penetrate, get in the paint and cause problems and kick it out.
Collins on top to AC. AC head fakes, spin move in the paint, kicks it out to Collins. Collins off the bounce, pro hop, floats it, pretty.
Yeah. That's a pretty move, wasn't it?
Yeah. That's a big-time move from Collins. 12-11 Dogs. They beat everyone in transition. And, got to be careful. Geneste just fouled Omar Stanley. We'll see if the officials decide to take a look at that one or not, but there's a timeout on the floor. 13:01 to play here in the first half. Good start for the Dogs. They're up 12-11. It's Bulldogs basketball from Learfield. welcome you back to the Mountain West Network. And if you're listening to us on iHeartRadio or the Bulldog app, welcome to the Save Mart Center in beautiful Fresno, California. Dogs leading 12-11, 13:01 to play here in the first half. This game brought to you by Bud Light on game day and every day. Bud Light is easy to drink and easy to enjoy. I'm Matt Norville, Coach Mark Q. Jones alongside, filling in for Paul Leffler here today. It's Kids Day here at the Save Mart Center. And Coach, man, we're going to have a good atmosphere here today.
Great atmosphere, all this youthful energy. I need some of it. They're clapping everything, bouncing around. It's a really fun environment today. And, of course, you know, the Broncos and the Dogs, when they play each other in football, that's almost a bloodbath out here. This is a nice, fast-paced, physical game. It's going to be fun for the viewers and the fans to watch. But you see the Dogs showing up today. They're not intimidated by the lack of numbers or the lack of size. They think it's an advantage having the speed factor going with them.
Talked about youthful energy. How about the freshman that is Unique? He was supposed to redshirt this year, Coach, and they took it off, and there's a good thing why, man. He's got 8 of their 12 so far here in the first half.
Well, early on in practice, and you practice against yourself, the freshmen, they may not look good. They were forced to play him, and wow, what a blessing.
At the line, it's going to be 2 shots coming for Omar Stanley. He's 1 for 2 from the line today. Knocks down the free throw. We're tied up at 12. On the floor for the Dogs, you got Price back in with that one personal. You got Unique out there, Trimble, Collins, and Sek for Fresno State, rocking the white uniforms here today. Next free throw coming from the senior. Stanley makes them both, and it's a 13-12 lead for Boise State. Got the 2-card look of Collins and Trimble, and then you got Unique over there as well. He's got the basketball. He scored 8 of them. Swings it right baseline to Trimble. Trimble with the dribble over to Price. Price inside. Sek slipped as he was trying to post up on that left block. That'll be a turnover as that ball gets fired out of bounds. Second turnover against the Dogs here in the first half.
Well, I like the action because you got an isolation in the post with your 7-1 guy. He should win that for you.
Cardenas across the timeline. First time we've seen Julian Bowie in for the first time. The freshman from Pocatello, Idaho. He's 6'3". He's got the basketball. Bowie swings it over to Cardenas. He'll take the shot. That shot is short. Rebound inside. Sek. Good board in there. He's playing without the knee brace. And here comes Collins. Collins behind the back with the dribble. I'll leave it to Sek just so he can reset. Collins gets it back. Working on that right baseline. Kicks it out to Trimble. Trimble. One-on-one, good jab step. Over to Unique. Unique step back, tough shot. Fall away. Unique. Oh, boy. Look out. He's got 11. 15-13 Dogs. 12 minutes to play here in the opening half. Unique's got that look, Coach.
And that feel.
Mm-hmm. They switch the basketball, and Unique's like, okay. Here is with the dribble, Keene. Keene working it middle. Now swings it on the left side. They're working on the baseline. That's thrown out of bounds. That'll be a turnover on Boise State, their third. And a timeout on the floor. 11:45 to play in the opening half. Unique is the story. 11 of the 15 for the Dogs. They lead by 2. And we'll take the break. It's Bulldog basketball from Learfield. Welcome you back to the Save Mart Center. Dogs leading 15-13 with 11:45 to play here in the first half. This game brought to you by Bulldog Bread, the official NIL collective of Fresno State Athletics. To support student athletes, visit Bulldog, that's BREAD.com. Bulldog's off to a good start, Coach, and his name is Brian Unique.
His name is Brian Unique.
He's 3 of 4 from the floor, 3 of 4 from 3. He's knocked down a couple of free throws. And he's hit a couple of tough step-back shots.
Yeah, he can make off-balance shots, contested shots. He's not afraid to shoot with a hand in his face.
Collins going to walk it across the timeline. Collins, Price, Sek, Unique, and Trimble, the 5 on the floor for the Dogs. Price gets it at the top of the key. Sek posting up right at the foul line. Price dribbles in, nowhere to go. And now back out to Trimble. Shot clock down to 10 now as Trimble wants a high screen, goes away from the screen, goes into the paint. Good head fake, pull-up jumper, and that's easy money.
All day long, it's barbecue chicken for him, and he's in the paint. Nice jump stop.
17-13 Dogs. That's the 4th point of the game for Trimble. With it, and that's Buchanan who's checked in for the first time. He's got it in the middle. Bounce pass back door.
Oh,
Dunk
no.
missed by Stanley. Stanley goes up in traffic, no good. Tip to Trimble.
Whew. I thought that was a clean dunk for Stanley, but he couldn't get it down.
Price, one-on-one. Gets into the paint, kicks out to Trimble. Trimble's got the mismatch if he wants it. Working on Carmichael. They'll go to Collins. Collins off the bounce, goes right by Bowie. Leaves it. Good pass inside. Sek missed it. Gets it back. Half hook in the paint. No good. Couple of bunnies missed inside by Sek.
Yeah, but he got some real strong guys jumping against him.
Yes, he does. Bowie in transition. 3. No good. Rebound. That's Carmichael. In the paint. Missed it. Got to go up and be a man to grab the ball tonight.
Oh, yeah. That's why Price is down there. You see him cleaning it up.
It's the best of rebounding team in the conference is Boise State. They're 13th in the country in rebounding margin. Price with the ball, swings it right baseline. Trimble, one-on-one, off the bounce, pull up, pretty. Got it.
My goodness.
Jasir off to a fantastic start as well. He's got 6. Dogs lead is 6, under 10 to play in the opening half.
Yeah, he looks like an old Calvin Murphy.
Here's Carmichael. One dribble, now they'll swing it on the right side. Bulldogs starting just the way you want to see. Buchanan steps into one, lets it fly. That's no good. Rebound inside. Sek. Good box out in there. And he'll get the ball to Collins. Boise State 3 of 8 from 3 to start. Dogs are on a 7-0 run the last 2.5. Amunique. Good two-man action. Price inside. His shot is blocked from behind by Dagenhart. Dagenhart came in and blocked it, and then it went off of him out of play. It'll be Boise State basketball.
Well, you look at the interior, there's nothing happening in there. You go in there, you don't plan on scoring. This has been a big-time night down in the paint. And I think you're going to have to make a man move, go up and just go over everybody and dunk on them.
And you got to go up strong with the dunk, too.
You got to have it, yes. You got to be ready.
Cardenas back into the game, leaves it out on top. Here is Bowie. They hit the high post. Dagenhart against Collins at the high post. Trimble just reached in and slapped it away. Collins dives on the floor, and you're going to get what? A jump ball, and that's going to get everybody irate. They thought Dagenhart fouled Collins from behind, and that's what Coach Wahlberg is in the officials' ear about. It's going to be Boise State basketball as the arrow points in favor of Boise State, but it looked like Dagenhart had Collins wrapped up from behind.
It did to me, but
Dogs up 6, 19-13, 9-10 to play here in the opening half. Pull-up jumper, no good. Rebounded by Trimble. Jasir Trimble. Dogs in the midst of a 7-0 run. They've held Boise State scoreless and all of their last 7 from the floor. Bad pass by Trimble. Off to the races. You got a 4-on-1 Bowie to the basket. Layup missed it. Collins gets the rebound to AC. Now you got numbers the other way. You got a 3-on-1. Price to Sek or to Geneste. His shot put up no good. Rebound inside Dagenhart.
I got to go check the rim. It must be closed on both ends.
Across the timeline with it, Dagenhart. Boise State hasn't scored in over 4 minutes. 8:35 to play in the opening half. Dogs lead 19-13. Dagenhart, extra pass to Bowie on the baseline. He stepped on the sideline. He sure did. Yeah. And that's turnover number 4 against the Broncos. That's going to get R.J. Keene back in for head coach Leon Rice.
Well, you look at any time that you go to the baseline corner, the Dogs are going to trap him. And that was nice action. He panicked there, and that's what the Dogs won. He got the turnover.
You heard Coach Wahlberg in our pregame interview say, hey, we're going to see the 1-3-1 today. We're going to see a couple of other zones. We're going to mix in maybe man at times. But he said we got to do our best to kind of hide Collins and Trimble on defense when they're on the floor at the same time.
And they need to be on the floor at the same time.
Yes, they do. Yeah. Collins with the dribble, gets to the elbow, swings it right side to Trimble. Dogs up 6, 8-10 left here in the first half. Shot clock now down to 10. Here's Collins, one-on-one between legs. Quick move, goes up left hand, blocked away, though, at the rim by Buchanan. And here comes Boise State up ahead. Meadow reverse layup, got it. First points for the Broncos in almost 5 minutes.
Yeah, they got it out of transition. You know, I think in this game for the Broncos to take over, they're going to have to get transition points because that zone is really messing with them.
Yeah, that's their first 2 points on the fast break here today. Collins, and with the dribble, Dogs lead 19-15. Collins, it's the AC, fakes the 3, and that's a foul from behind on a reach around by Buchanan, and that leads to a timeout on the floor. We're in the first half, 7:38 to play. Dogs leading by 4, 19-15. It's Bulldog basketball from Learfield. We welcome you back to the Save Mart Center. Bulldogs leading by 4, 19-15. This game brought to you by Pepsi, the only drink for basketball watching. Pepsi is proud to be the official soft drink of Fresno State Athletics. 19-15 lead for the Dogs. I'm Matt Norville, Coach Mark Hugh Jones alongside as they're taking on Boise State. And as of today, Joe Lenardi has Boise State in the first 4 out category. And, Coach, when you take a look at the net ranking, they're 43 coming in. But you look at the last two quads, quad 3 and quad 4, they are 4-2 in quad 3 games and 8-0 in quad 4 games. That's why this game is important for Boise State as well.
Yeah, I mean, this is, you can see why the intensity is up there.
Mm-hmm. Bulldogs have lost 10 in a row. They're playing good basketball here against a very good Boise State Broncos team who's 12-5 in conference. Amunique, open three, right wing. That's his first miss today. Rebounded by Keene. Dogs haven't scored in over 2.5. They lead by 4. Cardenas out to Buchanan. Extra pass, Meadow. And that three is an air ball. Rebound, offensive rebound pulled down by Keene. Keene on that left side. They hit the high post. Buchanan backdoor. Meadow, two-hand dunk as he cut baseline and got an easy one.
Yeah, and sometimes you get caught looking at the ball like AC did there, and it got backdoored. Nice play by the Broncos.
Meadows got 7 on 3 of 8 here in the first half for the sophomore, averaging a dozen. Inside AC, kicks out, open look. Jasir Trimble takes his time. That's no good. Rebound, knocked out of bounds. Last touch, they save by Sek. You've got Sek, AC, Amunique, Collins, and Trimble on the floor for Fresno State.
You're just glad you didn't get over a back foul on that one, so you don't say anything.
Got 8 available players here today for the Bulldogs. They played 7 here in the first half. Meadow up top to Cardenas. He's got an open look from 3. That's short. That's off the side of the rim. That goes out of bounds, and it'll be Fresno State basketball as Collins over there was making sure Keene can't get the ball, and Keene says something to him.
Collins gave him the forearm. He's not a big, strong-looking guy, but he's strong enough to throw somebody around.
And Collins 6'1" is what they list him at, by the way, and Keene is 6'7". Trimble will take a seat. Got Price back into the game for Fresno State. Dogs up 19-17, 6.5 to play here in the first half. Bulldogs haven't scored in 3.5, though. Price, one-on-one if he wants it against Buchanan. Trying to post up AC inside, but that's good defense by Meadow. Price will get it to Collins. Collins, as they clear out the side, crosses over on Cardenas. Spin move, pretty. Put him in the blender. Put him in the blender, 21-17 Dogs.
Collins made a big-time move, put Cardenas, like you said, in the blender.
6:05 to play here in the opening half. Trap on the baseline. That is thrown off of the foot of Price. And like you said, Coach Q, they're going to trap anytime that ball goes baseline.
And you see why it makes sense. It's catching everybody off guard, and they're in that corner, and they can't see. Got the two bigs coming throwing that trap.
Bulldogs have been playing his zone the entire way, and that's what you're probably going to see. Coach Wahlberg talked about. You're just going to see different types of zones here today. Here's Keene at the top of the key. Cardenas on the right wing. They go to Meadow. Meadow back to Cardenas. High post, inside out, good look. Meadow, 3, that's good. He's in double figures with 10. He's the second leading scorer in the game.
So that's why keeping him out of the paint is important, because they can hit Meadow in the corner without a double team. He's getting a clean look.
Came in shooting 35% from threes, 2 of 5 here today. Dogs lead down to 1, 21-20 with 5.5 left here in the first half. Amunique, pro hop, goes up, finger roll around the rim, missed it. Rebound inside, loose and grabbed by Boise State Buchanan. Here is Buchanan, gets to the elbow, leaves it for Degenhart. They'll go to the baseline. Here is Cardenas. Cardenas back to Degenhart. Now they'll go back to Cardenas, work it around. Keene on the right baseline. Dangerous pass. Price poked it away. Turnover against Boise State. They're 5th here in the first half.
The Dogs do a good job of drawing you into that corner and then running something on you.
Here's Collins. Collins off the bounce. Lob to Sek. Oh, he missed the dunk. Two-hand dunk he just missed. And here comes Boise State. That's a good look from Collins.
Yes, it was.
Cardenas to Meadow. Against the zone. They're working it around quickly. On that baseline up top, here's Keene. Shot clock at 15. Cardenas now at the high post. Collins comes down. Nowhere to go for Cardenas. Took one dribble. Now he kicks it opposite to Meadow. Extra pass, Buchanan. Three-pointer right wing. That's no good. Rebound back tipped to Cardenas. They'll reset. Degenhart. Up top to Cardenas. Back to Degenhart. Three-pointer. Got a good look. That's no good. Long rebound. Offensive rebound. Spin. Degenhart goes a foul and 1 on Sek. I thought it was on the ground, but the official says and 1, and that's exactly what they did. They gave him the NBA continuation.
He got him up.
I agree with you, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, nice play, pretty play to watch, but I don't think that was a true N1. But
is that a Player of the Year kind of call?
No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
So Degenhart will be at the line. He's got 6 here today. He's 1 for 2 from the foul line. Also 5 rebounds and a couple of assists for the outstanding senior. As good as they come.
And you're starting to see why.
Free throw from him is good. 23-21 Boise State. Bulldogs haven't scored in over 2 minutes. Down by 2. It's a 6-0 run for Boise State the last minute 40. Trimble with the dribble as he's back into the game. They give Collins a break. Trimble swings it over to AC. AC off the bounce. Leaves it for Price. Price to the foul line. Back to AC. Shot clock's under 10. Needs some help. Dangerous pass. Amunique's got to go into the backcourt to get it. Shot clock's at 4. At 3. Amunique pull up 3. Tough shot. That's no good. Rebound. Geneste went over the back. No, they're going to call a foul on Ugbo on the box out. And they say he was backing into Geneste. Timeout on the floor. 3:41 to play here until halftime. Dogs hanging in there, trailing by 2, 23-21. It's Bulldog basketball from Learfield. We welcome you back to the Save Mart Center. 3:41 to play here in the first half. It's Boise State leading 23-21 over Fresno State. And this game brought to you by Producers Dairy. Your hometown favorite is now the official milk partner of Fresno State Athletics. For over 90 years, they've nourished the Red Wave and with the freshest, most wholesome milk straight from Valley Farms. Producers Dairy wishes the Dogs a truly legendary season. So they called that foul on the box out on Ugbo. That's his first personal, 3rd team foul. So Fresno State will inbound the ball under their own basket. Coach, what have you seen from the Dogs so far here in the first half?
Well, you got the freshman obviously scoring, and you see that Collins is coming out and really trying to be aggressive. I think they need to get AC. He needs to get going. He's the only one that has 20 points this season. You know, so they got to get their scoring going from him as well.
Amunique's got 11 here in the first half. Collins, Amunique, Price, Crawford, and Trimble, the 5 on the floor for Fresno State. Here is Price, a one-on-one against Ugbo. They'll go to Amunique on the corner, fakes the 3, double team, kicks out to Trimble. Trimble with the shot clock now at 4. Out to Collins with 2, with 1. Gets all the way to the rim, floats it, and that's blocked. That'll be a shot clock violation. And you've got a player hurt for Boise State.
No, they're calling it.
Yeah, it's a shot clock violation, but you've got down on the floor on the other end is Keene. I did not see what happens. We apologize on the Mountain West Network as we don't have replay available here today. Had an issue coming into the SMC, so we have no replay, but it was on the drive by Collins. And he went up for a floater, and it was blocked, which led to the shot clock violation. Otherwise, Boise State had a run out.
And that's what, you know, one coach is saying, no, shot clock, you got to stop it. The other guy's saying, hey, no, you're stopping floor play.
Cardenas across the timeline. Amunique takes a seat on the bench for Fresno State. And Degenhart with the dribble handoff. They work it around inside, bad pass, and they're going to get a foul called on Geneste as he was holding, I guess, Ugbo on that right block.
As he releases out, you know, he's getting held.
By the way, that's a 2nd personal on Geneste, 6th team foul. Keene will take a seat. Carmichael back in for Boise State. Ugbo takes a seat as well, and Meadow is back in for the Broncos. They lead 23-21, 3 minutes to play here in the first half. Got to close the half well if you're the Dogs. You've played a really good up until now, 17 minutes. Pull-up jumper, that's around the rim and in, tough from Stanley.
Yeah, Stanley backed him up, isolated a little bit, and you know, no help to come.
It's a 12-2 run the last 5 minutes for the Broncos. Bulldogs haven't scored in over 3. Crawford takes it off the bounce, reaching in. That's a turnover on Fresno State. 2.5 to play here in the first half. Dogs down 4.
They got to get Price going. They need his offense so bad.
Cardenas takes a look at Coach Leon Rice, see what they want to do. They'll work it to Degenhart. Degenhart, bounce pass, high post with its Carmichael. Shot clock's down to 10. Baseline is Meadows. Had a good first half. They trap him, almost walked with it. Spins out of trouble, and you get Price on a reach. That's his 2nd personal foul. That's going to put Meadow at the line for the 1-and-1 as the shot clock was down to 4.
Wow. Well, give Meadows credit. He went and he attacked the basket. He didn't hesitate. He hesitated at first, but he got out of it. Here comes Price trying to help. Gets called for that foul.
He's an 85% free throw shooter so far today. Boise State 5 of 7 from the line. Dogs trailing 25-21, 2:10 to play here in the first half. Free throw is good. This is danger territory, I think, if you're Fresno State going into the break. You played a really good first half up to this point, but you just haven't scored in over 4 minutes.
Yeah, so now they're really going small. And you don't know how much Mosek has left in his tank in terms of, did he get hurt? They're sitting him right now, but he's your big guy. It really kind of helped in some ways.
Both free throws made. Largest deficit right now for Fresno State here in the first half, trailing by 6. Dogs led by as many as 6 with about 10 minutes to go. 27-21 Boise State. Collins with the dribble, picks it up, goes to Price. Now go back to Collins. Collins lobs inside Price, and he is fouled.
Caught him.
And from behind, as Price was going up for the dunk. And that'll put Price at the line for 2.
Degenhardt pushed him in the back. Just enough where the officials saw the extension of the arm. Are they going to call a foul?
How's that not? They're saying that wasn't a shot? That's an alley-oop dunk. They're telling Coach Wahlberg to back up. They're saying that was on the floor. Collins, it was an alley-oop dunk to Price, wasn't it?
Yeah, I thought it was. What are you saying? He pushed him on the floor.
Yeah, maybe they're saying he pushed him before he went up.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe that was the call. That foul on Degenhardt's his first personal, only the 4th team foul. Dogs down by 6. Under 2 to play. Trimble. Good head fake. Sidestep. Love it. 3. Good. Yes. Beautiful from Jasir Trimble. He's got 9 here in the first half. That's his first 3-point make.
When you look at his balance with a shot fake, he's under control, he's able to recover and knock it down.
Dogs within 3, 90 seconds left here in the first half. 27-24 Boise. Meadow, right side against the zone of Fresno State. Putting a lot of pressure is Collins. Cardenas at the elbow, kicks it out. 3-pointer, Carmichael, right side, that's no good. Price, one-handed rebound. Strong, my friend.
Yeah.
Trimble in transition, no good on the left wing from 3, and it rebounded by Degenhardt.
The pace keeps going.
Cardenas pushes it, floats it over Price, no good, rebound Price.
That guy's playing outstanding.
Price just pulled down his 4th rebound today. Collins, as we're under a minute to play here in the first half. Dogs down 3. Collins to the cup, foul, and no, can't get it to go, but it'll be at the line at 4-2 free throws.
Well, at least we think. Yeah. Wait a minute, man. Make sure you see him line up.
Cardenas, that's his first personal, 5th team foul, and Collins will be at the line for 2.
Nice move by Zayan. He was going to looked it off with the lob with his eyes, made the defense react just enough where he turns that corner and he keeps attacking. I think he needs to do that more.
Collins' free throw is good. He is a 73% free throw shooter. By the way, we were talking about it earlier this year. With point guards growing up, wanting to play at this level, change of pace is all about it, too, and he's got a great change of pace.
He does an outstanding job of that. He can really get you into your offense, and he'll make timely threes, Matt. I really seen him do that all year.
He's got 5 points here in the first half. First free throw attempt was made. Second one also made. So the Dogs, nice little spurt. Yes. They trail by 1, 27-26, 45 seconds left here in the opening half. Can't leave him. Degenhardt, open look. That 3 is off on the left wing. Collins tips it to Amunique. The Bulldog, Collins landed on an ankle. And that was his right ankle, and he is going to look right at the coaching staff, and that is bad news for Fresno State. He's been nursing an ankle injury from time to time this season, and the Bulldogs only have 8 available players, and he is the one that took himself out, and he's going to walk to the bench. He went up high to tip it. For Fresno State. A timeout on the floor brought to you by Table Mountain Casino Resorts. Have a lucky day followed by an epic night only at Table Mountain Casino Resort, but that would be a gigantic loss, Coach Q. I know the Dogs played without him at Air Force, but he started here tonight, and he's having a good first half. He's got 6 points, a couple of rebounds, and really him and Trimble have played well off each other.
Yeah, and you know, just think about what he's doing tonight, how he's causing havoc out there. And if he's down for a little bit, he's on the bench in pain. I can see it from here. That's going to force, you know, what he does with the active hands. You always hear me talking about that. In that zone causes, you know, a pass to be a step further out away from the basket. He does all those little things within that defense as well to make it difficult for other teams.
There's a 9-second differential, shot clock, game clock. Boise State leading 27-26 here at the Save Mart Center. You got Trimble with Price, Amunique, Crawford and Geneste on the floor for the Dogs. Amunique quickly off the bounce, takes it. Head fake off the glass, no. Tipped up and grabbed by Geneste. You can hold for the final shot. Trimble on that right baseline, double teamed, and now he smartly takes it out. Game clock at 5, at 4. Pick. Trimble with 3, with 2 to the bucket. Head fake, fall away, no good. And at the half, it'll be Boise State leading by 1. Good first half for Fresno State, but right now, your concern is Collins going to be available in the second half? We'll take the break. Boise State leads by 1 at intermission, 27-26. It's Bulldog basketball from Learfield. And we welcome you back to the half, and you can see it, the youngsters out there, as you've got a lot of little cheerleaders on the floor for halftime entertainment. And boy, what a first half of entertaining basketball we saw. Boise State leading 27-26 over the Dogs. I'm Matt Norville filling in for Paul Leffler today. Coach Mark Hugh Jones alongside Amunique in that first half, Coach. 11 points. How about Trimble off the bench with 9 for Fresno State?
Well, I just think Trimble brings something on both ends. He's too small on one side, but he's too fast and too skilled on the other for the other guys. So you have to take advantage of the matchup. Play to your strength, and I think Trimble started off doing that. He's got to continue.
Bulldogs in that first half shot 32% from the floor. They were 9 for 28 as we take a look at the halftime stats here in this first half. 40% from 3 for Fresno State. They were 4 of 10 from distance. Boise State on the flip side, they were 4 of 15. That's 27% from 3, and they were just 29% from the floor, 8 of 28. So, Coach, the defense, the zone for Fresno State with that trapping on the baseline held the Broncos to just 29% from the floor.
Well, and that's always a brilliant play. I can't believe how many teams get caught off guard by it because you typically don't see that in college basketball. But they trap that, and I like the way they do it. Their active hands, really focused on keeping that ball from getting out of that corner. And if you do get it out, it's not going to be in a scoring position. And that's the key. That could be the death knell.
We talked about Cardenas coming in and how he averages almost 7 assists a game, had just 2 in that first half. Meadow led the way for the Broncos with 12. The preseason player of the year in Degenhardt, he had 7 points, 6 rebounds, and a couple of assists in that first half. But Fresno State, Coach Wahlberg talked about it, said, hey, we're going to mix in some defenses. We're going to have the 1-3-1, but we're going to throw in some other stuff as well, and we saw that in the first half as we welcome you courtside. I'm Matt Norville. That's Coach Mark Hugh Jones. And you got to love what you see, except for the fact that Collins went down late.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to get a report on what's happening with his leg situation, but you like the fact that the Dogs have been able to run different sets. Same thing is going to happen if you go to the corner, but the front is different, and it throws teams off. It's kept the Dogs in the game, along with the interior tough play by Price, Sek, Geneste, and Crawford. That's been the key of defense. Don't get blown out, right? Hold the other team down until you get your scoring together.
And what do they always say about defense? The defensive possession doesn't stop until you grab the rebound.
Until you get the ball.
And Boise State, one of the best rebounding teams in the country. We are at the half here. Dogs trailing by 1, 27-26. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll have more from the Save Mart Center. It is Bulldog basketball from Learfield. We welcome you back to the Save Mart Center. We are at the half, 27-26. Fresno State leading as we get ready for the second half. A reminder for you, every three-point make in the first half brought to you by Save Mart, serving Fresno and the Central Valley for over 70 years. Save Mart, Valley Fresh, Valley Made, and Valley Proud. We're getting some good laughs based on how the basketball was to start this game. There was a quote, an atomic bomb on the ball, to which the official told us at the half, hey, I wasn't making a joke. There really was one. Dogs trailing by 1 here as we get set for the second half. Real quick, some scores from the Bud Light scoreboard. Earlier today, Colorado State blew out Utah State 93-66. That means Utah State's now 14-5 in conference. Colorado State 14-4. That's who Boise State will play on the final day of the regular season. New Mexico blew out Air Force 92-71, and one other game yet to be played. It's about to tip off from Laramie. San Diego State on the road taking on Wyoming. Got really a bunch of teams jockeying for really that 1-4 spot. You've got a bunch of teams right in that 1-5 scenario. Boise State's one of them, currently tied with San Diego State. And for that 4th spot at 12-5, you got Utah State now 14-5, and Colorado State at 14-4. We're ready for the second half. I'm Matt Norville filling in for Paul Leffler. Good to see Collins is on the floor and starting here in the second half for the Dogs after he went down with an ankle injury. Turnover to start. And here is Degenhart to the bucket and spins on Price. Price says, get out of here. And Degenhart gets it back. Here's Carmichael off the bounce. Leaves it to Ugbo. Cardenas to Meadow. Meadow had a good first half for Boise State. He's got a dozen and leading the way for the Broncos. Here is the preseason player of the year. They'll swing it baseline. Cardenas 3. That's no good. Rebound. Meadow. Meadow. Head fake goes up. Got it to go. He's got 14 here today.
A nice rebound. Hesitated on that. Nice shot fake. Got the big man up in the air.
The starting 5 on the floor. You got Collins, AC, Price, Sek, and Amunique. Crawford off the bounce, spin moves on Meadow, tough shot, turnaround, missed it, rebound Sek, good offensive follow, missed the shot, rebound Price. Price goes up in traffic, got it. You love that kid. Price just always works hard. Quickly down the floor, Carmichael beat everyone down the floor for an easy bunny.
Transition D, you got to get in there and get back.
31-28 Boise State. Collins on the baseline, he's trapped now. Left his feet and he threw it off of Cardenas. And it'll stay Fresno State basketball. On the floor for the Broncos, you've got Cardenas, Degenhart, Carmichael, Ugbo, and Meadow. That's their starting 5. And that's how they start the second half. Collins right at the Bulldog in the middle of the floor. Dogs trailing by 3 to a very good Boise State team. Price, one-on-one, they clear out the left side. Price goes on Degenhart, kicks it out to Crawford. Crawford with 5 on the shot clock. In the paint, fall away. That's an NBA-type move, and he knocks it down.
Yeah, they're timing that spin that's on the scouting report, but he can shoot over guys.
31-30. Boise trying to pick up the tempo. They're trying to beat Fresno State down the floor. Collins says, give me that. Collins takes it to the basket. Right-hand layup, good, and the Dogs have retaken the lead, 32-31.
Great job by Collins, set him up with that pick and just kept on going.
Collins with 8. Dogs up a point, 2 minutes gone here in the second half. Cardenas kicks it on the right side to Carmichael. Carmichael up top. Cardenas behind the back with the dribble, bounce pass. In the paint, Carmichael, bad pass stolen away by Sek. Collins with his head up.
Good job by Sek, keeping focused on the right stuff and getting that turnover.
Collins will kick it opposite to Price. Price one-on-one, working on Ugbo. Bully ball, and he is fouled. He said, hey, get off of me, and he'll be at the line for 2.
Nice move. The Dogs have come out of halftime with a fixed focus on attacking, and you got to like that look.
Bulldogs have made 3 of their last 3 field goals. Trimble and Geneste will check in.
You see it every time this year. A team that's had a rough season towards the end, guys start to get, they just relax. Okay, we just got to go out here. We've got nothing to lose. Let's play hard. Let's play together. Let's play smart. And let's see what we can do. And that's what the Dogs have right now. They've had a lot of stuff out there, and the guys know, the 8 guys who are ready to play, they know they're going to get some minutes. So, hey, the coaches live through mistakes, and they find ways to win.
They're going to take everybody back to their benches as they're going to take a look at something.
Oh, there was a push-off.
I'm out. They're going to say, no, we're not looking at anything. You got to come back out here. And by the way, you're talking about all of that. What do players always want? Minutes and shots, Coach. And what do you get when you have a limited bench? Minutes and shots.
Coach, you got to live through my mistakes today. Now, you may make me run tomorrow, but tonight I got to get to it. And that's sometimes creates, you see something with that. Guys get sick, there's somebody out, somebody hurt. You find different ways to win.
So Price will be at the line for 2 free throws. Elijah Price got 2 points, 5 rebounds. He picked up a couple of fouls in that first half. Free throw is good from Price. Price comes in from the line a 65% free throw shooter. Dogs were 4th best in the conference coming into today from the line. As a team, they're 72%.
Wow.
Next free throw from Price is good. Made them both. Dogs up 3, 34-31, 17-35 to play here in the second half. Cardenas across the timeline. Bounce pass to Meadow. Meadow fakes the deep 3. They go back to Cardenas. Cardenas. And that's a nickel dimer to steal Bill Raftery's term as Collins reached in and fouled him. And that's the first foul on Collins.
Well, you notice by all these goofy-looking fronts that Fresno State puts on, it forces the team to step back. You see, they're throwing the ball back and forth so far away from the basket, it's not a threat. It buys you time.
34-31 Dogs. Meadows got it on the left wing. That was the first team foul the second half on Fresno State. Cardenas passes to Meadow on the baseline. Cardenas tonight's got 3 assists. Came in 7 assists shy of 200. Here he's got it on the right block. Good defense from Trimble. They kick it out. 3-pointer from Keene as the shot clock expires. No, and that was deflected off of Price out of bounds, as that was Omar Stanley working hard on the OG.
Well, and look at the Dogs' defense on the perimeter. Stanley was working hard, correct. They made that pass out high where Degenhart couldn't get his shot off. So, they had to go to something else.
Off the out-of-bounds, Meadow works it around. Cardenas on the baseline. He's trapped. Nowhere to go now. Bounce past it to Keene. Keene inside, easy money. And nice Buchanan inside.
Yeah, Buchanan's a nice player. You got to keep an eye on him.
He's the junior from Lafayette, Indiana, the transfer from Indiana Wesleyan. Collins with the dribble. Dogs lead 34-33, 16:40 to play here in the second half. Price will hand it to Crawford. Crawford, top of the key, 3. That's short. Rebound, Cardenas. You got a 2-on-2. They go to Meadow. Meadow. And he walked with it, did he not? And they will put him at the line for 2. And Meadow, they call that foul on Crawford. I thought he took that drugged that foot before he went up for the layup. We don't have replay, again, if you're just joining us here in the second half. And so Meadow will be at the line for 2. His career high, by the way, he got it the other day against Nevada. It was 24 points. He's got 14 here so far in this one. Free throw. Good. He's had a nice game. He had a nice game against Fresno State the other game, too. He had 20 against the Dogs back in Boise a month ago. Made them both. Boise State retakes the lead, 35-34. 16:25 left here in the second half.
Well, you see it, the Dogs are running some different plays and pin downs for these shooters.
Here's Trimble. He's got it on a mile from the basket on the right side.
Yeah.
Kicks it out to Price. Price fakes the 3. Shot clock at 10. Trimble now against Keene. He can do a lot here. With good Hezzy, goes to the basket, goes up. That's no good. Rebound on the floor, and it's grabbed by Cardenas. Boise State to push. Cardenas with his head up. Gets into the paint, leaves it for the trailer Keene. Now on top to Cardenas. Cardenas, no-look pass inside.
Oh.
Two-hand dunk by Meadow. And it's 37-34 Boise State.
Well, Meadows cut his hair. He's got it looking good, and his goggles on. He's got 2 backdoor dunks.
Collins across the timeline. Dogs down 3, 15:35 to play here in the second half. Price to Trimble. Now back to Price. Price against Buchanan. Price will back his way down. Gets into the paint. A lot of contact. Nowhere to go. Needs help. Lobs it out to Collins with 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Collins floats it off the glass. No. Rebound. Got his own miss. Up and in from Collins. He's in double figures with 10. Quickly down the floor, Meadow. Meadow's having a big game. He's got 18 on 6 of 11 from the floor. He's got it left wing. Got to put a hand up. 3-pointer. That's no good. Weak side rebound. That's tipped to Buchanan. Buchanan goes up, and that's going to be a foul on Geneste when we come back. Offensive rebound number 11 for Boise State. We'll take the break. 37-36 Broncos. This is Bulldog basketball from Learfield. 14:53 to play here in the second half. Boise State leads 37-36. This game is brought to you by Sierra Pacific Orthopedic, proud to be the official team physicians of Fresno State Athletics. Speaking of who's still out for the Dogs, DJ is done for the year. David Douglas Jr., he's been out for a while, the sophomore. And you got Ethan Lathan, the freshman for Boise State, who is redshirting this season, the young man from Rockford, Illinois. Brought to you by Sierra Pacific Orthopedic. 2 free throws coming for the Broncos as they lead by 1. Coach Mark Hugh Jones alongside. I'm Matt Norville. Thanks for joining us on a Saturday and now evening here in beautiful Fresno, California. Good crowd on hand here at the Save Mart Center. They're watching some good basketball.
Yeah, it is exciting. Kids Day. A lot of kids here. Alumni, some alumni walking around.
Buchanan knocks down the free throw. 6'7", 230-pound junior. That is Javen Buchanan. He's an 80% free throw shooter. He averages 10 points a game off the bench. And he made them both.
And he can play.
4 now for Buchanan in this one. Some full court pressure for the first time from Boise State. A zone look. Collins in the backcourt. They break it to Trimble. And now they'll reset.
A matchup in the man. Uh-oh, but they got Stanley on Collins.
Yeah, now Collins has cleared out. They clear out the whole right side. Amunique hasn't really touched the basketball here in the second half so far. Collins one-on-one against Stanley. They go to Amunique. Amunique with 4 on the shot clock, with 3, with 2. Collins gets an open look, lets one go. That's no good, and you're going to get a foul underneath. As you had second Price working hard inside, and that's called on Boise State. It's on Buchanan, and it'll be the Dogs basketball under their basket.
You catch a break on that one. Let that shot clock get away from them.
Second personal on Buchanan, second team foul for Boise State. Dogs down 3, 14-20 to play here in the second half. Price, step in from 3, working against Buchanan. They run Trimble off a screen. Goes by Keene, has Keene on his back, now dribbles out of trouble. Shot clock's at 5. Collins, isolation, one-on-one with the Hezzy and a hand check on Cardenas. That's a tough matchup for Cardenas because Collins is so quick off the bounce.
He doesn't look like it. But, boy, if he can turn your left shoulder back enough, you can't keep up with him. You have to be squared up on him.
Cardenas just picked up his second personal, third team foul. Dogs down 3, 14:05 left here in the second half. Collins near midcourt, guarded by Cardenas. They'll get it to Trimble. Trimble. It goes away from the screen of Seth. Trimble will spin and give it to Collins. Collins in a hurry, throws it to Price. Good catch. Price power dribble, goes up in traffic, and that is blocked away. And here comes Buchanan. Up ahead to Keene. Keene on that left baseline. Cardenas cuts middle. They kick it out to Buchanan.
Great defensive transition by the Dogs.
Here's Cardenas. Over to Meadow. Baseline to Keene. High post they go. Buchanan, no look pass, threw it out of bounds. He wanted Stanley to cut more towards the right block. That's the 8th turnover on Boise State.
And Stanley saying, man, I'm open right here. Whip that pass around.
You got Coach Leon Rice talking to Buchanan about that pass.
Or don't make it.
Yes.
You know?
As Degenhardt checks back in for Boise State. Degenhardt has 7 points, 7 rebounds, a couple of assists here today for the preseason player of the year. Collins up top to Price. Dogs down 3, 13-20 left here in the second half. Price isolation. They go to Collins, who's guarded by Meadow. Collins into the paint, out to Trimble. That's a 3, tough shot.
Wow.
Got the shooter's roll. Trimble. The shooter's bounce. He's got a dozen, his second triple, and we're tied at 39.
Wow.
Cardenas. Baseline to Keene. Keene picks up his dribble, and he'll give it back to Cardenas. This zone has worked today for Fresno State. It's kept them in this game. 39 up. Inside Cardenas. Cardenas in front of Trees. Half hook, no good. Price went up high and got the rebound.
Nice defense down there by the Dogs.
Trimble feeling it. Let it fly. Trimble knocks down another one. Put up the 3 fingers. Jasir Trimble. He's got 15. Timeout Boise State. Bulldogs on a 6-0 run. Back-to-back triples from Trimble. 42-39. Fresno State up by 3. We'll take the break. This is Bulldog basketball from Learfield. Welcome you back to the Save Mart Center. Kids having a good time, and young adults having a good time on the basketball floor. If you're Fresno State, leading 42-39, 12:36 to play here in the second half. I'm Matt Norville, filling in for Paul Leffler. Coach Mark Q. Jones alongside. Coach, how are the Dogs getting it done here today against a very good Boise State Broncos team?
Well, I think their defense in these zones, they've gotten comfortable with active hands and making passing lanes difficult, trapping in the corner. That helps. Then, all of a sudden, you put these 2 smaller guards out there with Amunique. They got some offensive threat on the perimeter, and that has made a huge difference because you know Collins can score when he feels like he can turn the corner. Amunique can hit a straight-up shot on you, and it seems like Jasir is doing everything.
He is. He's the leading scorer right now for Fresno State with 15. Leading scorer in the game is Meadow, who's got 18 for Boise State. Keene on the right wing. They go to Cardenas. They'll give him the 3 left baseline. We are tied at 42.
Yeah, they're learning how to skip pass over that zone and pass fake, so that the Dogs may have to make another adjustment.
Cardenas is 1 of 4 from 3. He was a 34% three-point shooter coming in. It's been a good one here at the Save Mart Center. Bulldogs will have another home game on Tuesday, and then they're on the road against San Jose State before Vegas the following week. Trimble off the bounce, and he threw it off the foot of Buchanan. And that will reset the shot clock to 20 as it's 11:58 to play here in the second half. And they will say Is this going to be the media break, and they're going to keep the basketball for Fresno State? We'll keep it right here, tied up at 42 apiece. Boise State and Fresno State. That's what we'd like to see. We came in saying, hey, how does Fresno State keep it close? Well, one thing you do is defensively do what Fresno State's been doing. We say battle on the glass, even though Boise State is out-rebounding the Dogs here today, 29-22. But then on the offense side, got to make some shots. Ammunique came out red hot. Collins kind of filled the void, and now it's the Trimble show.
And you need that. Different people. And I'm waiting for Crawford to get hot. If he gets hot. But what the zone has done is kept them out of foul trouble. So
yes, exactly.
They're not guarding all those actions, looking at stuff to come out. They are able to keep their team intact, not worry about foul issues. Now, San Jose figured out a way to penetrate into that zone and maybe cause some problems. But until then, keep rolling.
Yeah, Boise State, it's been Cardenas trying to get in the high post and kind of kick it around and feed it around. It's been all about Meadow, who has 18 points. He's kind of feasted on that open look, and he's been doing a lot going to the basket as well.
Yeah, you know, now you got to think Boise's going to figure out something. Degenhardt hasn't really been Degenhardt just yet. That always kind of makes me a little squirmy when he's not going, because that guy can play.
Yes, he can. Preseason Player of the Year, two-time first-team All-Mountain West selection. And Degenhardt's numbers today, he's got 7 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. He's only taken 6 shots. He's 2 of 6 from the floor.
Yeah, and that zone has prevented him from getting the looks that he wants. But you got to be thinking at some point in time, he's going to break loose. He's going to get through it.
If you're Fresno State playing in front of this crowd, Coach, you know, it hasn't gone the way you wanted this season. You've lost 10 in a row. You have just 1 conference victory. But you can feed off the energy in the building, especially with all the young kids here on Kids Day.
I tell Pablo Leffler this all the time. You forget about all that other stuff.
Yeah.
I'm here now to win.
Exactly.
Now, what happened before, I don't know. But what's happening now, I'm trying to dictate it. So I think that's the mentality you have to have when you've had a rough year.
This game brought to you by Kohl's. When life gets real, start at Kohl's, where we've lowered prices on thousands of items your family needs for whatever life brings. Kohl's, where families come first. 42 up, 11:58 to play here in the second half. Ammunique's got it on the right baseline, and he stepped on the sideline. And Coach Wahlberg says, hey, he was pushed out of bounds. Turnover number 7 for Fresno State.
Well, I can say this. One guy you don't want to keep talking to, I've known Mike for about 30-something years, is Mike Reed. So just to say, hey, next time we'll fix it.
Yeah, he's one of the better officials around, too, by the way, is that guy, Mike Reed. Three-pointer, Cardenas, back-to-back triples, and then Boise State leads 45-42. And by design, they're giving him open looks, and he's made a couple.
Yeah, he's made them. And so then, that's what I'm saying. They may have to adjust that.
Dogs down by 3, 11:30 to play here in the second half. Collins has it on the right side. He's guarded by Chris Lockett Jr., the 6'4" redshirt freshman from New Orleans. Ammunique goes in, step through, goes up tough, and one! Freshman strength, my friend Coach Q.
He's been in the weight room. His body has transformed. He was a twig. And Charles, the strength and conditioning coach, has done an outstanding job of helping him sculpture his body and to have some strength to be able to do what you just saw.
Ammunique gets first field goal in the second half. He's got 13 here today. Chance to tie us up at 45. If you can knock down the free throw, he's 2 of 2 from the line today. Ammunique, the freshman, missed it. Rebound Price. Offensive rebound for Fresno State. Trimble on the baseline. Gets to the basket. Layup. Got it. Jasir Trimble's got 17.
He might need 30 tonight.
That's what you said coming in, Coach. And he has responded. His career high is 19. He had that at UNLV.
Yes.
Or against UNLV, I should say. Bad pass inside, stolen away. Up ahead to Collins. Collins, in a blink, gets to the basket. He's fouled. He'll be at the line for 2. And if it's on Cardenas, that's going to be a number 4, I believe, if it's on Cardenas.
No.
They did not say Cardenas. Yeah, it's on Buchanan. Okay, I was going to say, because now you got Buchanan with 3, you got Cardenas with 3. 5th team foul, by the way, on Boise State.
And that's what happens when you transition, and you push it. Make that pace work for you.
Collins misses the free throw. He's 2 of 3 from the line today as Collins came in a 73% free throw shooter. Buchanan will take a seat. Back into the game is Omar Stanley. Stanley was 2nd team All-Mountain West last season. Preseason All-Mountain West this year. Boise State was picked to win the conference this year. Preseason, Collins misses them both. Rebound goes out of bounds. Last touch by Price. It'll be Boise State basketball.
Just grazed his jersey. Mike's right there. But it's amazing how close Price gets to all these rebounds.
Dogs up 46-45. Price has 7 boards today, along with 4 points. Here's Degenhart. They'll go out to Lockett Jr. He slips, kept his dribble alive. Degenhart right wing. Degenhart kicks it. Stanley's wanted the ball inside, man.
Wide open.
Degenhart at the top working on Trimble. Tough matchup, and that's going to be a hand check call. There's really nothing Trimble can do on that. Yeah, and that'll be on Jasir Trimble. That's his first personal. 4th team foul against the Dogs.
Yeah, it doesn't kill you, right? So, okay, now we reset in our half court. And you got to really talk about why is Stanley so open for 5 seconds in there.
Meadow gets it off the out of bounds. Dogs up 46-45, 10:25 left here in the second half. Cardenas inside to Lockett, extra pass. Meadow open 3. That's short. Rebound tipped out to Cardenas. He's been hot. 3-pointer, no good. Offensive rebound, Stanley. They have just dominated the offensive glass. That's offensive rebound 14. Another 3, good. There's Degenhart.
There you go. You said it. There's Degenhart. Nothing else to say.
He's got 10 and 7. Boise State up by 2, 48-46. Second chance points, 17-6 in favor of Boise State. Collins, Jasir, 3-pointer, right baseline, no good. Rebound, and they're going to call a foul on Price. That's his 3rd, 5th team foul. 9:49 left here in the second half in what's been a good game. Fresno State showing some grit here today.
I wouldn't even look at the bench if I'm Price. I know I'm not coming out. Just walk on down. Coach Wahlberg didn't even look at him. They let us keep playing.
That's the acknowledgement without the acknowledgement.
That's what it is.
Here is with the basketball, Boise State. Lockett Jr. inside to Degenhart. Meadow, 3-pointer. That is no good. Rebound. Price can't grab it, and then he does grab it. Man, he's working hard inside.
You Swiss Army knife.
Amunique lowers his shoulder, goes up in traffic, no good. Tips it around. Collins inside. Ball loose, still loose on the floor. Diving for it is Price. Price will rip it out and hand it to Collins.
Nice play.
What effort. Standing ovation here at the Save Mart Center. Amunique in the paint, spins, goes up, layup, got it. Amunique. I am unique.
He's very unique.
48 up, Cardenas. And a foul called on Trimble. That'll be his 2nd. Crowd starting to pick up at the Save Mart Center. They love the effort, Coach.
You know, that was a brilliant play by Collins. He ran over and told his big man, hand me the ball. And he took it from him.
Cardenas will be at the line. Welcome to March, folks.
Oh, yeah.
It's March 1st.
It's upset season, right? This is the time.
No game's an easy game. Isn't that what every coach says?
This is exciting.
Cardenas' free throw is good. He's a 73% free throw shooter. How about this stat line for Cardenas? 7 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists for the transfer from San Jose State. He's tough, man.
Yeah, he is.
He came in with 193 assists. He's currently at a 198 for the season. It makes them both. Boise State leading 50-48. And checking back in is going to be Pearson Carmichael, the freshman, and they're going to give Cardenas a break.
Well, and then look, Collins' eyes should light up. Well, let's see if Junior can handle him. He's clapping out there at half court. He says, we're going to work.
Yeah, Lockett Jr. is going to be matched up. Collins with the dribble. Up top to Amunique. Amunique, head fake, goes up, and he's fouled. He'll be at the line for 2.
He got a break with a travel there. And they needed that, but good jump stop when he did stop and get that foul.
Yeah, so Amunique will be at the line for 2 free throws. He's 2 of 3 from the line today.
And you know what? He may have to have the ball in his hand late to score, so it's good for him to get these free throws under the 10, right? So he gets up there and he feels it.
19 is his career high. That was against San Jose State back in early February. He's got 15 tonight. Free throw coming from Amunique. Takes his time, does the freshman. Got it.
There you go.
Dogs down 50-49, and what a game we've seen. Largest lead for the Dogs tonight has been 6. Largest lead for Boise State has been 6. And it's been back and forth. We've been tied a bunch.
Yeah, and it's just getting creative on the defense that you run. And then they had to change the dribble drive stuff. They had to go to the traditional stuff that gets these shooters some looks.
Amunique makes both free throws. Tied up at 50. Amunique's got 17. Trimble's got 17. Collins with 10. 3 players in double figures for the Dogs. Here is the freshman Carmichael. Gets it back, open 3, sets his feet. That's no good. It goes off of Amunique, out of play as he smiles at the official. He's just trying to box out in there. Fresno State not as big as Boise State, but they're playing with some heart tonight.
They're playing with some big heart. I think you're absolutely right, man.
8:31 to play here in the second. Lockett Jr. against Trimble. Both teams are over the foul limit, by the way. Meadow, they go to Carmichael. Carmichael turns and faces. Shot clock's under 10, short corner. Ugbo got Sek in the air, and you're going to get a foul. That's going to put Ugbo at the line for the 1-and-1. The question is it on Sek or Amunique? They call that on Amunique, his first personal, 7th team foul. And Ugbo will go to the line for the 1-and-1.
We had the big fella up in the air and could have took off on him, but it may not be a bad foul, especially if Ugbo goes to make these free throws.
71% coming in, 17 of 24 this season. Free throw is good. Boise State, we mentioned, one of the better free throw shooting teams in the country. Top 30 in the country, 28th to be exact. Second in the conference at 77% coming in, and they are 88% today, 14 of 16.
He's shooting those free throws like he's meant to be up there.
He made them both.
Yeah.
Dogs down 2, 52-50 with 8:10 to play here in the second half. Collins jogs it across the timeline. Crawford, they wave him away. Now they're going to run Amunique off a screen. They give it to Crawford, back to Collins. Collins on the left wing, gets into the paint, floats it. Tough shot. Around the rim, no. Sek tips it to Collins. Collins will spin out of trouble to Jasir. Trimble won the pole. Man, oh man, did he. He now resets. 2-man game. Trimble picked it up, goes to Collins. Shot clock at 10. Collins got the mismatch. Collins crosses over, gets by his man. Inside, Sek. Reverse layup, missed it. Crawford follows good, but there was a foul called. You can't hear it.
Yeah.
And we will have a timeout on the floor. When we come back, Sek will have a 1-and-1. 7:39 to play here in the second half. Dogs hanging tough. 52-50 Boise State. It's Bulldog basketball from Learfield. Welcome you back to the Save Mart Center. This game brought to you by CLC. Anytime you buy Fresno State merchandise, check the tags for the officially licensed product hologram. This ensures a portion of your purchase supports Fresno State students. Dogs hanging tough, down 52-50, 7:39 to play here in the second half. Coach, 3 players in double figures, Trimble, Amunique, both with 17, and then Collins with 10. And they are battling tonight.
They are, and they need 7:39 more.
Yes, they
to battle unless it goes to overtime. But Collins has really brought a lot to the table. They just some little things that don't show up on the stats. Just his nice passing, that the hockey assist type situation, and his hands on defense creating havoc for the Broncos.
They called it a shooting foul, so Sek's got 2 free throws, makes the first. He's a 63% free throw shooter. Dogs are 9 of 12 from the line tonight. We've seen 15 lead changes and 7 ties tonight. It has been a tight one. Boise State on the road, 12-5 in conference, taking on Fresno State, 1-16 in conference, and they make them both 52 up.
Good job by the big man.
Another tie. 8th time we've been tied tonight. Down to 7.5 remaining here in the second half. Boise State on the road. Fresno State at home. Carmichael bounce pass to Keene. Inside cut. Ooh, Meadow might have walked. Late whistle, right whistle.
Yeah.
Travel. Yeah. Meadow ran into his own player, and that bumped him off guard. That turnover is number 9 for Boise State. Bulldogs are winning the turnover differential, +3 here tonight.
Yeah, mark that. Later on, that may come down to it. That one turnover may have been the difference for the Dogs.
Price hands it back to Collins. Collins against Cardenas. Lob. Price, 2-hand dunk. Okay.
Yeah, 4-point difference swing right there. That's what I'm saying. Mark that. That may mean something down the line.
Dogs retake the lead, 54-52. Cardenas, he's had the hot hand in the second half, misses the 3. Everybody up at the square grabbing that basketball, and Sek comes away with it.
Great job by the big man.
Collins across the timeline. Dogs up 2, 6:45 to play here in the second half. Collins, a little skip to Mylou there. Backs it back out. Now here is Trimble. Trimble to Collins on that left wing. He's got a mismatch if he wants it. Keene against him. Collins crosses over, quick cross, now Carmichael on the switch. Trimble, quick three, tough shot. That's halfway down, missed it, rebounded by Degenhardt. Degenhardt up ahead to Cardenas, he's got a 2-on-1. Cardenas floats it in the paint, good decision, we're tied at 54.
That was a smart play, that little teardrop. You could read it, the 7-footer was rushing down Sec to take that out of the sky. He got him beat.
Cardenas, third player in double figures. He's got 10. Meadows got 18 to lead Boise State. Degenhardt with 10. We're tied again at 54. 6 minutes left here. Backdoor cut, bad pass. That went off of Cardenas, out of play. They were looking for Collins, and he just threw it a little behind him. It'll be Fresno State basketball under their own basket as Buchanan checks back in, and the freshman Carmichael will take a seat for the Broncos. Under 6 to play in a tie game here at the Save Mart Center. Thanks for joining us on iHeartRadio, Bulldog app, or Mountain West Network. Collins missed it, follow good. He gets off the floor so quick.
He's got a quick second jump. He doesn't have to get super high, but he beats the offender to it.
That's the second time he's done that tonight. He's got a dozen. Dogs retake the lead by 2, 56-54. Cardenas, right side. Degenhardt, power up, goes up off the glass and in. That's too strong.
Yeah, now if they start figuring out how to get that down there, Degenhardt's going to be a problem for the Dogs. So they got to figure out what went wrong.
He's got 12 and 8 tonight.
Yeah.
Tied again at 56. 5:25 left here in the second half. Trimble off a double screen. Backdoor cut. Sec goes up and he's fouled from behind. Ooh. Took a hard fall, but he says he's okay and he'll be at the line for 2. Went up to try to two-hand dunk it. And he will be at the line for 2.
Yeah, he's going to be all right. He gets to shoot free throws. A minute from now, he might be hurting, but now I'm getting up there knocking those down.
I called on Buchanan. That's his 4th. That's the 8th team foul against Boise State. And Sec at the line, where he's 2 of 2 today.
You know, when you're hurt as much as he's been this year, you should be able to make free throws.
That's all you can do.
Yep. Practice. I mean, you're not running. You're not doing anything. You make some free throws.
Spoken like a true coach. The other thing they always say is when you're hurt, you ought to be able to use your offhand. Because what else are you doing? Just sitting there and dribbling with your offhand, right?
It helps.
Next free throw from Sec. Splits a pair. Dogs lead 57-56. 5:15 to play here in the second half. Cardenas with the dribble. Over to Keene. Dogs have been in the zone the entire way. Degenhardt draws attention. He'll back it out. Can't leave the ball. Cardenas, extra pass. Meadow, open 3. That's short. Rebound. Degenhardt blocked by Price. Right into the hands of Collins. Collins has no numbers, and he'll slow it up. Under 5 to play here in the second half. Collins turns the corner. Lowers the shoulder. Fall away. Good. Zayon putting on a show.
He wants to win this one. You can feel it.
59-56. Dogs up 3. 4:40 left here in the second half. Boise State with the ball. Cardenas. Open 3. Keene. No good. Rebound Sec.
Big. Very big. Got to get some distance here. Collins looks a little tired, so he's going to take his time.
Boise State is 3 of 13 from 3 in the second half. That's 23%. They're 25% for the game. 7 of 28. Price has it. On that left wing to Collins. Collins wants the ball every time now. Got Cardenas on his back, stripped and stolen away. Here comes Keene. It's a 3-on-2. They go to Meadow. Meadow head fake, half hook, missed it. Got his own miss, foul, and 1. Meadow will be at the line for the 3-point play as he has 20 tonight.
Well, that's just bad luck for you. First of all, you know, he misses a bunny right there. Nobody's there to grab it for the Dogs. And then now, you know, he takes that second shot and he gets that foul. This also gives them a rest, right? Mm-hmm. So, you know, for the Dogs, it helps because they got a short amount of guys that they can play. Get a little breather before the under 4.
Meadows' free throw is no good. Wow. Rebound Price. Price just pulled down his 10th board tonight.
He's a double-double machine.
Dogs lead by 1, 59-58. We're under 4 to play here in the second half. Thanks for joining us tonight. Zayon Collins, high screen and roll, 2-man game. Collins between the legs. They'll go to Price. Price fakes the give back. Shot clock's under 10. Trimble. Right wing 3. Short. Rebound Collins, and they'll reset. Trimble got a great look. He's knocked down 3 threes today. Collins back to Trimble. Trimble off the bounce. Now has Degenhardt on him. Mouse in the house. Can't get it to him. Price will tip it back out to Trimble. Trimble in the paint, pro hop, right hand, finger roll, missed it. Sek goes up for the rebound, ball loose on the floor, grabbed by Meadow. Here comes Boise State. Degenhardt, it's a 2-on-1. Goes right at Price, off the glass and in, and Boise State retakes the lead, 60-59 with 3:05 left.
Heavyweight fight. I mean, these guys are going at it.
They're going to need the training room at the end of this one.
Get the ice buckets ready.
Timeout, Fresno State. 2:58 to play here in the second half. Boise State leading is 60-59. We're going to keep it right here. Because they were talking about a 30-second break. Now we'll take the break. 2:58 to play here in the second half. Boise State leading by 1, 60-59. It's Bulldog basketball from Learfield. Welcome you back to the Save Mart Center. 2:58 remaining in this game. And Boise State leading 60-59 over Fresno State. And what a game. We've seen 17 lead changes, 10 ties here today. Neither team has had a lead bigger than 6. I'm Matt Norville. Coach Mark Hugh Jones alongside will be Fresno State basketball in the front court. All right, Coach Hugh, final 3 minutes. What are you doing?
I'm making sure Collins got enough energy left. First of all, because you need his ball handling, plus you also need some of the stuff he gives on defense. I mean, he's rebounding down there when he gets in the paint. You know, he's following stuff up. He's got 3 offensive rebounds, man.
AC will get it into Collins, Price, Amunique, and Sek. That's the 5 on the floor as Trimble sits. Price has it. Shot clock at 10. They're looking for Collins. Price holds it right at the 3-point line. Now you got to go. Shot clock at 6, at 5, at 4. AC's got to go one-on-one. Spin move, fall away, tough shot around the rim. No good.
Oh.
And you're going to get a foul called on Boise State as that rolled around the rim. They're going to say they held Sek, I believe, and it'll be Sek or Price at the line. They call that on Degenhardt. That's his second personal, only the 9th team foul, though, so it's still a 1-and-1. And Price is the shooter at the foul line. He's 2 of 2 from the line. Dogs down 1, 2:38 left.
He's had some games where he's made a lot, and he's had a game where he's missed a few.
Price free throw. That is no good. Rebound. AC got it. Offensive rebound for Fresno State. 2.5 left here in this one. Dogs with the ball down 1.
Great offensive board.
Collins with the dribble, spins on Cardenas, gets a screen from Price. They go to Amunique. Amunique off the bounce, head fake, double teamed. Out to Collins, shot clock's at 3, at 2. Amunique's got to pull up for 3, that's off the rim. Rebound Cardenas, and you've got a 4-on-2 the other way. Cardenas, head up, kicks it to Meadow. Meadow goes up at Sek and missed it, and they'll call the foul on Sek. He tried to go vertical.
Yeah.
Official felt like he wasn't, and Meadow will be at the line for 2.
Yeah, he jumped in his chest and wrinkled his vest on that one. You know, it's just, that's the play to make, right? If you're on offense, you got to attack, make something happen there. And Sek's going, wait a minute. And I'd be telling Sek, next time just go up.
And just try to block it, right?
Yeah. Block the shot.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
You 7-1, brother. Then go ahead and make it happen.
Meadows' free throw is good. Meadows got 21. His career high is 24. Had that against Nevada earlier this season. AC will take a seat. Trimble checks in for him. Boise State leading 61-59. This game's been tight throughout. Next free throw. Good. 3-point lead for the Broncos. They'll show full court pressure. Cardenas puts light pressure, and Collins just says, I'll dribble it across.
He says, there's no pressure for me.
2 minutes left here in this one. Bulldogs down by 3. Price backdoor to Collins. Oh, went through the hands of Boise State's
Oh, man.
Ugbo out of bounds. Otherwise, it would have been a turnover on Fresno State.
And all coaches go, why can't my big guy catch that ball? Dogs get a break, run something good out of here and see what they can get.
On side out of bounds, Collins looking to get it in. He'll throw it out to Trimble. Trimble's had a good game, 17 points for Trimble. His career high is 19. He did that against UNLV. Trimble with the dribble. Kicks it over to Price. Price baseline, goes up reverse. That is two-hand blocked by Ugbo. And Boise State has the ball up 3 with 1:35 left here in the second half. Cardenas to Meadow. Bulldogs stay in his zone. Here is Keene. Back on top, they'll work it around. Meadow on that left wing, swings it out to Cardenas. Shot clock's at 10. Cardenas off the bounce pass inside to Ugbo. Ugbo nowhere to go, half hook in the paint, got it to go, and it's a 5-point deficit for the Dogs with 1:14 left.
That shocked me that he was able to turn that left-handed hook off from that distance. He was moving backwards. That's a big-time shot.
6-0 run for Boise State the last 250. Dogs haven't scored in 3.5. Collins with the dribble. Dogs down 5. Under a minute to play. Collins to the basket. Kicks out to Amunique to Trimble. Quick trigger 3. Trimble no good. Rebound. Cardenas with 50 seconds left. Dogs down by 5.
Got to have a strategy right here. If you're going to foul, what are you going to do?
20-second differential, shot clock, game clock. It'll be double bonus situation if you do foul. Bulldogs choosing not to foul. Collins and guarding Meadow. So Boise State's going to run the clock down to 32.8. Timeout, Boise State. We'll keep it right here. Dogs down 5, 64-59. And Bulldogs is having a tough time. They haven't scored in over 4 minutes.
Yeah. And see, everybody's a different. Now, coach is talking through what he has, looking at his foul situation. But you want to, in this situation, I think, extend the game.
Yes.
You're down by 5. Mm-hmm. So you want to keep that game out there. But he may see something that he thinks he can get a turnover and a steal and get back into it that way. We'll see.
There's 20-second differential shot clock, game clock, 32.8 on the game clock, 12 seconds on the shot clock. It's an 8-0 run for Boise State the last 3.5 after the Dogs led by 1. But Fresno State has not scored a point in the last 4:18.
Yeah, it's a long drought.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not like they didn't get some good looks, and they just couldn't get a couple of drops to go in.
So if they play this one out, you got to get the defensive rebound then. Total rebounds, 42 for Boise State tonight, 34 for Fresno State. Offensive rebounds, 16 for the Broncos, 14 for the Dogs. Second chance points, that's the difference in the game, 21-12 in favor of Boise State. And we said that coming in that was going to be where the Broncos really had the advantage.
Yeah, but I've got to give the Dogs a lot of credit, Matt, that they've battled down there and created some tough situations early on, especially for Boise State. They didn't convert a lot of them.
Mm-hmm. So Boise State will inbound, side out of bounds. Timeout situation. Dogs have 2 remaining. Boise State has 1. All timeouts brought to you by Table Mountain Casino Resort. Have a lucky day followed by an epic night only at Table Mountain Casino Resort. Boise State will lob it into Cardenas. Collins will put light pressure, so they're going to play it out. Shot clock's under 10. Cardenas across the timeline working on Collins. They'll swing it to Degenhart. A baseline Keene three-pointer. That is off the side of the backboard. That's a shot clock violation. They reset the shot clock. That should not count. That should be a shot clock violation. It hit the side of the backboard and fell down. Game clock says 19.6. That's got to be a shot clock violation. It was a 20-second differential shot clock, game clock, and they'll take a look at it. That never hit the rim. We do not have a replay of it, but they will get a check. Will the officials get a look at it? As you see, it caught the side of the backboard.
Yeah.
The officials letting us know what they're looking at. They're looking to see if there's a shot clock violation, and that's best case scenario for Fresno State because Degenhart had an offensive rebound bunny.
So, right, because you'll be down 7.
You'd be down 7. Instead, you'll have the ball down 5.
Down 5 with the ability to come down and hit a 3 or 2, just almost like the game, we just did.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It's the same deal, How do you make up these 5 points? If it's a violation, you should already be dialing up something there, right? If it's not the violation, I don't know. That would be interesting.
If it's not the violation, Boise State will keep the ball and they'll put however much time is left on the shot clock, and they would have an out under. So let's say Degenhart got the rebound, and it wasn't a violation. You see, the hard part is the shot clock turned off after Degenhart got the rebound, and it never hit the rim. So you got to kind of backtrack and take a look at it.
And then they won't consider that if he made it.
You can't count that.
You can't count it. So
if anything, you would say it's Boise State's basketball, and you would then be kind of guessing with what, a second or point something left on the shot clock.
Right. You got only a lob, a tip, or whatever to hit the rim. And so Fresno State's going to be down 5 no matter what. Either playing defense or with the ball going full court.
You got Mike Reed over there taking a look at it for the officiating crew. Man, what a fun game today, though, Coach Q.
Yes.
Fresno State showing a lot of heart. Boise State has got everything to play for here today. Trying to still get a higher seed in the conference. Maybe even could possibly share a title if things go their way. And obviously trying to stay in the NCAA consideration. As according to Joe Lenardi, they're the first 4 out, and they do not have a quad 4 loss. So wait and see, and it is a shot clock.
After review, it's a shot clock violation. The game clock will be set to 21.3.
Down 5. Game clock. How much time are they going to put in? 19.6. They're explaining it right now to Leon Rice, the Boise State head coach. But that's the right call, and they're going to put 21.3. So actually, it was not 20-second differential. It was a 21.3 differential. Hey, that helps the Dogs.
That helps the Dogs. Every little tick counts. Now let's see if they got Jazeer taking the ball out of bounds. Sometimes a team will fake face guarding like you see 5 doing there. And they may run back and try to throw this pass off. So let's see what happens. You know,
and Trimble can't run the baseline. It's a dead ball.
It's a dead ball.
So he'll get it into Price. They'll give it back to Trimble. Trimble across the timeline with 16 seconds. Crosses over, takes to the basket, reverse layup, got it. 13.8 left, Dogs down 3. No timeout used from Wahlberg. They'll get it into Degenhardt. You got to foul. Got to foul if you're the Dogs. Up ahead, they go to Ugbo. 2-hand dunk. 8.6 left. They'll get it to Trimble. Dogs down 5, 66-61. Got to score quickly. Trimble falls down. Boise State is going to win this one. A timeout called by Fresno State with 2.2 left, but the Dogs down 5. Broncos are going to win this one over Fresno State as they broke the pressure and got a dunk the other way.
Yeah, that foul should have been immediate.
That's what I said. They trapped out of it.
They have a timeout too, don't they?
They had 2 remaining, so they just burned one here. I thought, Coach, what might happen, and to put you in the mindset of Coach Wahlberg, I thought once you make the bucket, you call timeout to set your press up, and then go through what you're going to run, and you say, hey, we're going to foul, or we're going to do one good trap. Instead, they decided to play it out. Boise then gets it in. You could have fouled, did not. They break it, dunk the other way. Yeah,
and the other day somebody threw one down on them, throwing it all in full court. So sometimes you get another team a chance with their best play in, maybe some personnel adjustments. You hope your guys can find them quickly and foul them quickly.
Boise State up by 5, 2.2 left. This game's over as Boise State's going to walk away with a road victory over Fresno State. Price to get it in. He gets it into Collins. Collins, they won't get a shot off, and this game's over. Boise State wins this 66-61. It was a scoring drought for the Bulldogs for almost 5 minutes. A big time heart game for Fresno State. We saw 17 lead changes and 10 ties in this one. Biggest lead of the game was 6 both directions, but it's another tough loss for the Dogs as they fall 66-61. Fresno State now 1-17 in conference, 5-24 overall. They've lost 11 in a row. Boise State, they've won 8 of their last 9. They're 13-5 and 21-8 overall. Stay with us. We've got the interview coming up with head coach Vance Wahlberg. He will be heading over here shortly. This is Bulldog basketball. Before we say so long to our Mountain West folks, no, we're going to keep it right here. All right, Coach Q, we'll keep it right here, and we'll chat with head coach Vance Wahlberg as Boise State wins this one 66-61. Taking a look at the numbers, Bulldogs had 3 players in double figures. He had 19 for Trimble, 17 for Amunique, 14 for Collins, and for Boise State, they had 3 players in double figures. Meadow had 22, 2 shy of his career high, 24 against Nevada. 14 and 11 for Degenhardt, 10, 9, and 6 for Cardenas. As we are now joined courtside is Coach Wahlberg getting his headset on in this one. And Coach, I thought I said it on the air many a times, the effort, the grit, the toughness, the heart, everything. 17 lead changes, 10 ties. Neither team had a lead larger than 6. You guys fall by 5. What's your quick reaction to this one?
Disappointment. Just, again, they give everything they have. We just, there's just so many easy buckets, little short shots inside or little things that we just don't do. And any good team's got to be able to convert those, and we just don't do enough of those. The effort's there. I can't fault the effort, but dang. we got to be able to make shots, some easy ones.
Yeah, inside it looked like the lid was just closed at times where it just couldn't get that ball to get over there and drop down through the bucket for you. The coach, your zone looked outstanding. It really gave Boise some headaches today. They were not able to figure out how to break that down.
Yes, and I'll tell you, again, it's amazing at times what we can do.
Yeah.
Then you turn around.
It's something crazy happens.
I'm just looking at our inside guys. We're 4-4-15 from my four bigs, and we just got to get something. We have to get some scoring there. But again, Jasir comes in. He gives you what you can. We're relying on Brian, a freshman, to take us through times. And
he started off. He did a great job at the beginning.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. Early he did, and then just like most freshmen, they peter out.
Late, coach, for you guys. It was really, you guys had a 1-point lead and then a scoring drought the last 4.5 or so before Trimble hit that layup, and that's where Boise State was able to go on an 8-0 run and kind of take the lead.
Yeah. Again, it just. I wish I had an answer for you. I really do. It's just the frustration of just not being able to convert when we need to convert. Set screens the right way, do the little things. But we're going to keep being bad. We're going to keep working hard.
There you go.
How'd you like you had the guard lineup of Trimble and Collins, and at times that was mismatch city for Boise State. They couldn't really defend them.
No, I mean that's the reason we had to zone, because if it was man-to-man on the other side, they would kill us on that. But again, just here gives you that effort. I just, with Zayon at times, I would like to see him look to score more. He still looks to distribute more, and we need him to score more.
What'd you think of a Price today, battling inside against one of the best rebounding teams in the country?
Elijah's going to give everything he has every time. I'm going to say 11 rebounds. Yep. I mean, he competes. He competes. It just, sometimes you wish you make a few more layups here and there, a few more shots, and I'm greedy.
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
It's been about building, Coach. You got Wyoming coming up on Tuesday. How do you build from this? Had a good crowd, and crowd was engaged the entire way. You guys played with intensity. How do you build kind of going in towards Vegas?
Well, it'd be really nice. It'd be really nice to give the home crowd a win. I mean, it would really, really be nice. Not only the crowd, but it'd be great for the players. Again, it would be really nice. But, we got to earn it. We got to earn it.
Coach, thanks for the time, as always, and we'll see you against Wyoming.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Coach.
That's Coach Vance Wahlberg. That's going to wrap up the Mountain West side here tonight. Stay with us on the radio side as our postgame show just getting started. Boise State wins this by a score of 66-61 as you take a look at the final numbers on your screen. Broncos shot 38% from the floor for the game. Dogs shot 37%. Bulldogs from 3 were 32% as they knocked down 6 of 19 from distance. That rebounding number, 43-34 in favor of Boise State. That's a +9. And then second chance points was +9, 21-12. Fresno State gave it everything they had, Coach Q, and just at the end, not quite enough.
Not quite enough, and not enough time to finish up. As Coach said, just a couple of buckets makes a huge difference.
Well, that's going to wrap up the Mountain West side. Stay with us on the radio side. Postgame show just getting started for our entire Mountain West crew. That's Coach Mark Hugh Jones. I'm Matt Norville saying so long from the Save Mart Center. We'll talk to you on Tuesday. This has been Bulldog Basketball from Learfield.